Hey, shalom, shalom, peace to the family, peace to the family. I'm hoping I find everybody having a peaceful afternoon. Just bear with me 1 second, family. I just want to share this. I find everybody having a peaceful afternoon. 1 second. Just bear with me 1 second, family. I need to share this on social media real quick. Just need to share this on social media, and then we can get started. If I can, family. Wow, I'm looking at some pictures on my timeline here on Facebook of some soursop. Picture I posted maybe a year ago or so. But that soursop looks really good right now. We're not quite in soursop season yet, but I think like towards the end of this month, April, into May is like when soursop season really starts. So I'm looking forward to that, although up here, the price gouging for soursop is ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous what they charge up here for what's falling off people's trees in the Caribbean. When we go to the Caribbean, there's soursop falling out of people's trees on the ground, and the birds are eating it because the people are not eating it. They're dying for the cancerous foods that we eat here in America, the processed foods that we eat here in America that's in a can. They're clamoring for that because we know that the majority of the world, they follow behind America. So whatever they see on television, they want to live that lifestyle because to them that's a higher lifestyle. It was real strange, family. When I went to Grenada to visit Dr. Patrick Delves, and I turned the television on, I was expecting to see Grenadian programming, at least a little bit. And it was just amazing to me being down there that as I flipped through the channels, it's all American channels. And then we wonder why our people in the Caribbean are just as messed up in the head as Jacob here. For the same reason, because that media, that popular persuasion, that media through television, movies, radio, periodicals, magazines, newspapers, and even social media to some degree have totally just taken over the minds of our people worldwide. It doesn't matter where you go anymore. You know, our people are just totally lost. Hey, shalom to everybody that's on the line. My sister Mika one says, show the shirt. This is shout out to my brother Asha Sha'ala. This is his lines, Banging on Esau, from the hit single Banging on Esau, parts 1 and 2. Our brother Asha Sha'ala of I Am Israel 12. If you brothers and sisters are interested in that shirt, let me put his link in the in the chat. So that's his website right there. If you guys are interested in getting some shirts and stuff like that, then you could visit him on his website. All right. And if you have anything you brothers and sisters, sell as well, and you want me to promote it on the channel, I have no problem, but you got to send it to me. That's the only thing. All right. Hey, Shalom, Divine Prospect. No, I'm good, Divine. I'm good. I actually just finished working out. It just came from the gym. So, I'm a little tired right now, but I'm good. Saw you had a conversation with Vocab Malone King. I'm about to watch that. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna get some food warmed up, and I'm gonna sit back and watch that interview. Should be interesting. I know that you are more of a, cordial type person, so you didn't really give him the business like I would have. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure you went in a little bit. So looking forward to checking it out real quick. You know what I'm saying? So good. Peace to you, King. Crown Me 13. Shout out to you as always. Warrior Lord. Shout out to you as always, of course. All right, family. So we're gonna get started, man. We got some things to talk about today. While I'm waiting for a little bit more of the family to come in, if at all, because it's really nice outside. So I understand that people don't come on because they're outside, at least in the Northeast where I am. It's really, really nice outside. All praise to the Most High for that, right? So I wanted to talk to the family a little bit about a subject that I know some of y'all feel like I'm beating you in the head about, but I have to keep talking to you about it because I care about you. And so if I care about you, sometimes I'm going to talk to you about things that may not be interesting. It can't always be, you know, contention. Some contention is coming later on in this broadcast, so stay tuned. I got some things I need to say, you know, that might be a little controversial. So stay tuned for that. But until we get to that point, for the time being, I want to talk to you, brothers and sisters, a little bit about health, right? You brothers and sisters know that my family, my household is very close to Master Herbalist Patrick Delves, right? And my wife is like, you know, basically, she's like his apprentice, his students. And so a lot of people go to her when he's not here in the States. Brothers and sisters, we as an Israelite people, especially woke up with knowledge, right? We always tell the world that we're Israelites, and being an Israelite is not a religion. It's not a religion. It's a nationality. It's a tradition. It's a way of life. It's our mores, our folkways, all that stuff. And that's correct. That's true. But brothers and sisters, I'm going to be really honest, brutally honest with you brothers and sisters right now. When it comes to our health, a lot of us are religious. We're still in that religious state of mind. You know, your body will be telling you that there's something going on. And rather than you address what's going on, that your body is giving you some warning signs about, the Most High in his infinite wisdom created our bodies, that the body gives you early warning signs when something is going wrong, okay? And we as Israelites, we don't educate ourselves when it comes to our health and our wellness. We don't. Some of the things that people tell me are utterly ridiculous. I'm going to get to that in a second. But the body gives you warning signs when you're not doing well, right? And instead of us heeding these warning signs, what we do is we run to the doctor and get a diagnosis from the doctor, which you should. You should visit a doctor. You absolutely should, right? We get some pills and some medicine, which 9 times out of 10 masks the symptoms of what you're going through, or is a temporary placebo for what you're going through, and you're really suffering from it, and we're content with that. Not realizing that a lot of times these doctors, the prescriptions that they prescribe to you are experimental. These pharmaceutical companies come to these doctors and they want the doctors to buy or their medicine or prescribe their medicine to their patients, and the doctor gets a cut. So they'll give the doctor some free medicine and the doctor will prescribe that to you. And then, you know, based on that, if the doctor gets like a high demand for that particular medicine, he'll start ordering it from the pharmaceuticals, and there's money being exchanged between the two. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a financial investment from the pharmaceutical companies to keep you sick. All right. Over the past 1 or 2 months or more, my family has had people that are suffering from stage 4 cancer. Stage 4. Now, you've known us all these years. You know that we're dealing with herbalists. You know that we're dealing with different things. You don't come to us. You know you're sick. You hide it. This is not one person. This is several people. You're sick. And then you hide it. Then you come to us and we recommend certain things that you should do. And the only thing that you can find to tell me is that you don't like the way some of the herbs taste. I mean, really? You don't like the way something tastes? You don't want the thing to send you to the bathroom? Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? A lot of our people, you have the mind state. I hate to say it. I'm not necessarily speaking to the audience, but some of our people have the mind state of a child when it comes to your health. You have the mind state of an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old would tell you they don't want to do something because of the way it tastes. But you have to understand when it comes to your health and your wellness, it doesn't matter how something tastes. It matters what it's going to do for you. What is it going to do for you? That's why there's a saying that says prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'll give you a perfect example, right? I did a video about almost a month ago where I showed brothers and sisters a particular tonic that I drink. It was called Dr. Missions. And I showed you all the different herbs and stuff that's in a tonic. I'm going to show you, brothers and sisters, another one. I'm going to show you another one, right? Now, the name of this company is called Sundial, right? I don't get no money for promoting this stuff. I don't get no money from promoting this stuff at all. But I don't do this for money. I do this because I love my people, and some of my people, you're not up on this stuff. especially if you don't live like in areas like New York where this stuff is abundant, right? You're not even aware it exists, right? So I try to put y'all up on some stuff. Like if you can't, sometimes you don't have time. There's so many different herbs and so many different things that your body needs. Does the Bible not say the Most High created us from the dust of the ground? That's figurative, and it's also literal to a degree. All the things that are found in the ground, the minerals, the nutrients that's found in the ground, the human body also needs those things. You need to get them into you. And a lot of times the diet that we eat is not, your body's not being replenished with those things. So you don't really have to wait till you get sick to take things, right? So I like to take different herbs, and the body's also adaptable, like I tell y'all. So I like to take different herbs and I switch up all the time. I don't take the same thing, so my body doesn't become accustomed to the same thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to prevent illness as much as I can. Now we know, for the simple, the Most High controls life and death. We understand that. So if it's your time to go, you could be drinking a whole damn herb store. If it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go, right? But you can live a better quality of life if you put some time into taking care of your health, the same way a lot of brothers and sisters put so much time into arguing on social media about stuff that's not relevant to nothing, right? So anyway, this is one of the things I'm drinking right now. It's called Sundial, right? It's called the Woodroot Tonic. It's a Woodroot Tonic. I'm going to bring it up to the screen so you brothers and sisters can see some of the things that are in here, right? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Let me know if y'all can see it, right? Okay. Look at that. Got to wait for the camera to, it's a little blurry. Wait. There we go. There we go. Y'all see that? What's inside here? Purified water, cheney root, sarsaparilla root, black whisk, milk whisk, African cayenne, soursop leaves, mango leaves, cloves, pimento seed, nerve whisk, blood whisk. Now this is backwards when I'm reading it. I'm reading it off the screen, y'all, so for me it's backwards. Pardon me. That next one, they got me on that. It's backwards. I can't see it. The next one is avocado leaf, right? Cola nut, black seed, etc. All these things are natural herbs that come from the ground that can help you. And what they do is they put all this stuff inside of a tonic, right, and sell it, and it's good. Now, normally, when I can, you know, I blend teas, right? I blend a lot of teas and stuff, and I drink teas. But sometimes I'm on the go. I'm always on the go. I don't have time to sit down and boil a tea and stuff like that, or put the tea in hot water and strain it and so forth and so on. Sometimes I'm on the go. I don't have time to do it. Sometimes I don't remember. So what I do is I buy these and I keep it in the car, right? I keep it in the car. And if I forget to take my herbs, or it dawns on me, dang, I left my herbs at home, because y'all see the videos I be doing, right? Y'all see what time I be going to work in the morning, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, sometimes I be forgetting this joint. I forget it. So if I forget it, this is in the car. And I'm taking something and I'm doing something to try to prevent ailments that are coming on. You see what I'm saying? And so it's important for us as Israelites to be just as passionate about this. You should be just as passionate about your health as you are about everything else. And what I perceive in Israel is that when we start talking about this, Israel is not really interested until something happens. And then when something happens, you're waiting for a long black arm to come out the sky and wave a magic wand to make you better. That's not going to happen. That's spooky. That's what the conscious community is talking about. That's spooky. You don't have to do that. The Bible says the Most High created herbs that come from the ground for the service of man. I'm paraphrasing. That's what it's for. Educate yourself on these things. And if you don't know, right, then we have tons of videos on YouTube that tell you, brothers and sisters, these things. Now I have to say it, man. Sometimes now, when it comes to this particular subject, right, I'm going to share my screen for a second. I'm going to share my screen for 1 second, right? There we go. All right. So let me share my screen for a second and come over here, right? Now, this is our sister channel called Sisters of the Maccabees. Some of y'all, most of y'all know about it. Some of y'all don't, right? So we started a group on Facebook called Healthy Hebrews. And in the group Healthy Hebrews, we have thousands of people that came in Some of the brothers and sisters have ailments and illnesses, and they have questions about health. And everybody in the group, we're all as Israelites helping each other. When people say, what are you doing for Israel? What are y'all doing? What are you doing besides standing on a corner? This is one of the things that we're doing. We have thousands and thousands of people in this group on Facebook called Healthy Hebrews. There are tons of questions that are posed every day. And you have a lot of people from different walks of life that know different things about health that are in that group, and we are all helping each other, making recommendations to each other about things that maybe we're not aware of that are helping each other. And when you go in that group, not only are you seeing questions and people answering questions, you're also seeing testimonials from people. Let me come to the group real quick. Because I was about to show y'all a video real quick. Right? Y'all see that? We're almost up to 5,000 members. We're at 47, 41 right now. All right? And when you come to the group, there are thousands of people in here. And you have a lot of people that are giving you testimonials of how things that were told to them in this group that they didn't know, that they tried for the first time, and it helped them with their health. This is what we are contributing back to the Israelite community the next time somebody asks. Because I heard that question posed yesterday by the conscious community. What are we as Israelites giving back? Well, this is one of the things, just one. This is one of the things that we're contributing back. And a lot of times, our people don't even appreciate what we're doing because this is not controversial. This is not spicy. We're not beefing. At the end of the day, in this particular group, you have Israelites that are Old Testament, New Testament, across camps. You even have Kemetic people in this group. And we're all helping each other because this sort of thing is important. All right? So I'm just showing y'all that. Now, back to what I was saying a minute ago. We also have the channel called Healthy Hebrews, right? I mean, the channel called Sisters of the Maccabees. And on this channel, that's my rib. And what she does is she does a lot of videos addressing the questions that come into the group. And also what happens a lot of times is that we get the same questions over and over and over again. The same question. You might get the same question in a month. You might be asked the same question like 5 or 6 times, right? And so what happens is, let me stop sharing my screen for 1 second. So what happens is that when you get asked the same question, one of the things that I always tell people when you start teaching, whenever you're giving people information, number one, with teaching comes patience. You have to be patient with our people. You got to be patient with Negroes. You do, straight up. If you're not patient, teaching is not for you. The second thing that you have to realize with teaching, you're going to be repeating yourself over and over and over and over again. So don't get mad. I noticed that when people first start teaching, they're like, dang, I just answered that question. I'm like, I know, answer it again. And then somebody asks the same question again and they get frustrated. I'm like, you have to understand that's what teaching is. People are going to ask you the same question over and over again, and you have to be patient with our people. Because our Messiah was patient with his people. The Most High has been patient with his people, so we have to be patient with our people, right? So what I tell people is that what you do, and I learned this on the fly, is that you make videos. Like before in that Healthy Hebrews group on Facebook, every time somebody would ask a question, no matter how many times it was asked, you'd put a whole list of remedies and stuff in there to try to help, et cetera, and you keep doing it over and over again. So I'm like, look, start making videos. And when somebody asks a question, just copy and paste the link to the video to answer the question. Guess what Jake does? You copy and link the link to the video. They won't watch it. They'll come back and be like, well, what's the answer? And we're like, well, we gave you the link to the video. Did you look at it? No. Well, if you don't want to look at the video, then you really don't want to be helped. You'll have people that'll be on YouTube on a video. The video title will be there and tell you what the video is about. And they will come to the comments and ask you a question about something that you answered in the video. So then we'll have to say to them, I know you didn't watch it because the answer is in there. Because we don't always have time to answer everybody all the time, because that's a huge complaint that I get. And, I don't fight it. I get it. A lot of people say to me that I don't get back to them as quickly, especially with the health stuff, because when their health is, when they're sick and stuff like that, they start getting scared and nervous, right? and we don't get back to them as fast. But when you have thousands of people, it's not always possible. It's not always possible to get to back to somebody fast. So that's why we do videos. And we put the videos out and we give you the link to the videos. You got to do a little bit of the work on your own. Of course, you got to consult a physician, yes, most definitely, but also do some research on your own and find out about the side effects of these medicines and stuff like that, because that's important. All right. Going back to this video real quick, and then I want to move on to another topic. Going back to this video real quick that I was showing y'all a minute ago. This video is called Unblocking the Arteries, Preventing Heart Attack, Strokes, and Diabetes. Now, as I mentioned before, you cannot prevent a heart attack if it's your time to go. The Most High is in control of life and death. We all know this, right? But there are certain natural remedies and stuff that the Most High has provided us that are in the earth that we could take to try to prevent certain ailments while we are alive so that you live a better quality of life. So in this particular video, we go over one of the remedies that's out and available that will help you with these particular problems. Arteries, which leads clogged arteries, which leads to heart attack, strokes, and diabetes. So right here, what I'm showing y'all is a concoction that in that video, we tell you how to make it. Now, if you're looking for something sweet, this is not it. In here is garlic. I'll tell you that right now. In here is ginger. You know, all types of bitter stuff, but it's good for you. And you need to be putting these things into your body because we spend so much time putting the poisons into our body too, from all the foods and the toxins that we eat, which have different preservatives and things that are not natural to the body. All right. It's very, very important. And also, lastly, I want to say this too. We have a video on that on the Sisters of the Maccabees channel. If you're not subscribed to the Sisters, I'm going to put it in the description box. If you're not subscribed to the Sisters of the Maccabees channel, you should be. I'm gonna put the link to the in the chat. You brothers and sisters, y'all should subscribe and go back and look at some of these health videos. This is not, listen to me very carefully. This is not self-promotion. I get nothing from this. Nothing from this at all. What I get is that knowing that I help you brothers and sisters. That's what we get from this. Simple as that. That's what we get. That's why we do what we do. Okay? So excuse me, and I'm suffering from a cold right now. That's one of the reasons why I'm drinking that thing, because ginger, there's the link. I'm gonna put it one more time. Put it one more time. Right, there you go. Right, so I'm drinking this right now, as I mentioned, and one of the ingredients in this is ginger. If you brothers and sisters don't know what ginger is good for like breaking up the mucus and stuff in your body. It's very good for that. Another thing ginger is good for is circulation. Circulation. Some of you brothers are suffering from erectile dysfunction, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Some of y'all, your parts are not working right. You don't have good blood flow. Your blood is not flowing the way it's supposed to be flowing. You know what I'm saying? And you run into the doctor getting Viagra and Cialis and all these other medicines that have all these other side effects associated with them. Now, I'm not gonna, understand. You got to do what you got to do. You have a wife. You want to, you got to do what you got to do. Like, I'm not here to argue with that, but you really need to learn what erectile dysfunction is. And we have a video on that channel with Master Herbalist Patrick Delves about that. And one of the things that he mentioned in the video that could help a lot of you brothers and sisters, brothers within the sound of my voice, and some of you sisters that have husbands that are suffering from this, ginger. Ginger, good for circulation. Put it in your tea, put it in your juice, put it in wherever, and drink that. Not the powder to water it down. Don't go get the powder and stuff unless you have no ginger in your area. But if you can get it, get this and juice it and grind it and put it in there. You sisters, ginger's a good herb to cook with. When you can put this in your chicken. You cooking chicken or whatever like that. You can put pieces of ginger in there so it seeps into your food. Like, you can put it in everything. You can put it in rice, everything. It's good. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about that real quick. And also, as I was saying, I lost my train of thought for a moment. Try to do flushes at least 4 times a year. We have a flush on the Sisters of the Maccabees channel that you can follow that was prescribed by Master Herbalist Patrick Delves. And I do that flush 4 times a year. 4 times a year. That is why when I go to the gym, I'm just keeping it a stack with you. And anybody's welcome to come with me if you think I'm lying. That's why when I go to the gym, the young dudes in the gym are telling me they want to do what I'm doing. 19 and 20-year-old dudes is saying to me, I want to do what you're doing. And I'm old enough to be their father and then some. You see what I'm saying? My son is afraid to go to the gym with me. He might be watching. He might get mad I said it, but I'm definitely not lying. He know what it is. He's afraid to come with me on leg day. He's afraid because he's talking about, oh, I'm not going to be able to walk. No, because you don't use those muscles in your body. You're not using them. So what winds up happening is when you go, even if you do light weights, you're going to be sore. Yes. Because your body's not used to use those things. You got to work through that. You're a young man. You know what I'm saying? You're a young man. So he's afraid to come with me, you know? And so I'm doing exercises and weights in some cases, and I kid you not, I'm doing things I wasn't doing when I was 25. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because I've been doing this so many years. I might have my times where I fall off like everybody else, but I stick with it. And let me say this too. Let me say this too. Because there's always some simple brothers. I done seen some of the simple comments that's left on the video. And I said it again. I said it a few times. I'm going to say it again. When the Bible says bodily exercise profiteth little, not for a long time. Your bodily exercise can't save you. If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. The Most High is going to take you out. It is not a scripture telling you you cannot and should not exercise. That is not what that means. And by the way, a couple of you brothers talk about, oh, you know, you shouldn't be going. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. When I was a youth in high school, the wrestling team, do you know where they spent the majority of their time? They spent the majority of their time in the weight room. Because people say, you don't have to lift weights. You're crazy. The wrestling team spent the majority of their time in the weight room. They were on the bench press, the leg press, and squatting. That's a fact. Why is that important? Because most fights come down to ground fighting. That's a fact. Y'all not going to be standing on you. It's not a boxing match in the streets. Y'all going to be standing there fighting for 2 minutes and a referee's going to come and separate you. That's not what it is. In the streets, it's everything. Everything goes. And most fights come down to grappling. And if you know things about people that grapple and they wrestle, they stay in the weight room. Why? Because you need leg strength, lower body strength when you start wrestling somebody. You need pushing power. There's no weight classes in the street. You might get into an altercation with somebody that outweighs you by 75 pounds. But if you're in the gym and working out, you have that pushing power to push them off of you or pull them towards you or whatever you're doing. You have that power. That's why you want to get in there and train. There's nothing wrong with it. I look at brothers that say something wrong with it as being suspect. Quite frankly, some of the brothers that talk SHIT about training, I look at you as being lazy. Straight up. Now, that's not to anybody else. I'm talking about Negroes that come and leave stupid comments on the comment board, leaving scriptures that have nothing to do with that. All right? And then some of you Negroes too, like, oh, well, going to the gym is a Greekish custom. First of all, if you look up the word gymnasium, it means to exercise naked. That's what the Greeks were doing. That's what the Greeks were doing. Now you got to use wisdom. In 2019, we here in America, right? I live in the Northeast where it's cold 4 months out the year. I can't get outside and be running in the streets when it's 10 degrees outside. I could go outside and run and go do push-ups and pull-ups. I'm not the white man. That's not my thing. But I want to keep with it. Now I got my stuff in my house. I showed y'all that before, but I still go because I can't fit all the machines in my house. So I go. Nothing wrong with it, man. Y'all got to stop being so daggone simple. Like Israelites, man, I tell you, man, some of us, man, we're just simple for no apparent reason. Let me see what's going on over here. Let me see what's going on over here. All right. So, yeah. Israelites can be simple for no apparent reason. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something, right? This was like maybe a month ago, and it wasn't even a good day, but just to show y'all, because a lot of times too, some of you brothers that work out, y'all be in a picture, you know what I'm saying, like this next to the weights. How do I know that you actually lifted that? Some of you brothers, I'm just telling you, I'm being real. some of you brothers be on Facebook, man. You be all posed up in the mirror at the gym, and then you take a snapshot. You put 6 or 7 weights on the leg press or whatever. You take a snapshot in the mirror like that. I didn't see you lift that. I'm just saying. You know, I don't want to start calling brothers out, man, but you know, I see some of y'all. So y'all have seen some of the stuff I do, right? But I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. And then we're gonna move on to another topic. Now, then we gotta talk a little bit of, you know, SHIT. You know how we do. So this is maybe like a month ago. No, a little more than a month, maybe 2 months ago. I was in the gym. It was after work. I was dead tired, but I got on the leg press and I said, you know, I'm just going to do a little bit of legs today. Because, you know, even when I do see brothers working out, I don't be seeing brothers doing legs. I see that. Brothers want to do all the vanity exercises. You want to do biceps, triceps, chest, shoulders. Y'all don't be hitting y'all legs, man. And that's the base of your foundation. It's like 70% of your muscle mass is in your lower body. That's a fact. Y'all got to get up on the daggone leg press and stop being scared. So I'm gonna mute the volume. So that's just so y'all can see. I know it's a little choppy, but that's 4 plates on each side. That's like a warm-up. That's what I start with. That's what I start with. It's 4 plates on each side. And then I'll move up to 5. Right? And what you'll notice is that I don't lock my legs at the top of the exercise. You don't lock your legs at the top of the exercise, or else you're gonna have knee problems after a while. So that's 5 on each side. That's my second set. Then we go up to 6. And we do 6 on each side. And so the person that's holding the camera, I'm asking them, do you want to, which is my wife, I'm asking her, does she want to get up that, you know, get up under the 6th place and see what's good? You know, but she kindly denied me. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I see females getting up on the 7 and 8 plates in the gym. That's a fact. I see it. Women are very strong in their lower body because they have to bear children. So I've seen women be very, very strong in their lower bodies. So don't sleep. They may not be able to do the upper body stuff like a man, but I see females squatting 3 plates on each side, bench, leg pressing 7 and 8 plates on each side, easily. So that's 6 plates, so forth and so on. And, you know, pretty easy. You don't lock out at the top. And then we move on to 7 plates. That's what we do. That is what we do, family. So I'm just doing that, showing y'all brothers and sisters that to motivate y'all a little bit. That's all. Just want to motivate y'all, you know. He or she who hath an ear, let him or her hear. That's pretty much it for that. Time to move on to the next topic. Let me just see what's going on in the comment boards. I ain't been looking at the comments, but somebody said somebody sweated some pork chop juice on the equipment. Well, I don't know about y'all, but they do have cleaning equipment at the gym. So before you sit there, you go get the spray and you spray it down and you use it. It's the same thing when you get on the subway. Well, I'm from New York. You get on the subway, somebody been sitting there before you with all types of stuff coming out their pores too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you go into a restaurant and sit in that chair, somebody was sitting there before you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that 100%, but it's not necessarily an excuse why you can't go. That's kind of like a weak and lame excuse. You see what I'm saying? When we do all types of stuff. How many of you brothers and sisters, let me ask y'all a question, right? Because I always am, people get embarrassed when I do this, but I'm real with this. Let me ask y'all a question. If the answer is yes, I want you to hit 1 in the comments. If the answer is no, I want y'all to hit 2. And I want y'all to be honest, right? I want y'all to be honest. Since we're talking about body fluids being exchanged or whatever like that. How many of you brothers and sisters, when you go eat at a restaurant, you ask for a plastic fork and a plastic knife? If you do that, hit 1. If you don't, hit 2. I just want to see something. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't care who I'm with. I don't care what restaurant it is. It could be a 5-star restaurant. I have never gone into a restaurant and not ate with a plastic fork or knife. Period. Sorry. Man, y'all don't do that? I'm seeing some 2s here. Wow. I ain't knocking y'all. I'm not knocking y'all. Damn, nobody. Dang, everybody's a 2. Nobody uses plastic forks and knives but me. Wow, I guess I'm a little weird, y'all. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I start thinking about all types of stuff. I can't do it. And I know people that used to work in restaurants, and they tell me about the cleaning process in the back, and the cleaning process is not thorough. So here's my advice to y'all, and then we're gonna move on, right? For y'all brothers and sisters that say that y'all don't use plastic forks and knives when you go to a restaurant, here's my advice. You ain't gotta do it. I'm just saying. When I go someplace where they don't have plastic forks or knives or whatever like that, I tell them, bring me a cup of hot water. And when they bring me the utensils, I put my stuff in the hot water so I know that I cleaned it. That's what I do. So y'all brothers weird, I guess, because I only seen one person that said that they eat with the plastic fork. So I guess I'm weird. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm just saying. That's just me. I'm just reading y'all comments. Okay. Let's move on to Foundation Founded said, bring your own. Yeah. I guess you could. But now Foundation Founded, right? Here's the thing. I don't know if you're single or you're married, but if you're married, you and your wife, then you could do that. But if you're going out with a young lady for the first time, or a young man, I don't know if you're female or male by your name, but if you're going out like on a first date or even a second date with somebody you just met, they might give you the side eye. You pull out some daggone utensils from your, from your bag or whatever. They might give you the side eye. So I don't know. That's kind of that. I don't know. That'd be a little weird. That'd be a little weird. I don't know if you want to do that. Divine Prospect is saying that we can buy ginger at farmers markets. Here in New York, they have a lot of, the Koreans have the daggone farmers markets on lock here in New York, just so y'all know, especially in the boroughs like Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn. The nations always control everything that we do. So up here, the Koreans own all that daggone stuff. So you got to if you go to the regular supermarket, you won't find half the fruits and vegetables that you find that the Koreans got. In Jamaica, Queens, there's a West Indian like supermarket, a big mega supermarket that's owned by the Koreans. So all the cashiers, all the stock people, so forth and so on, out front is all Benjamin. All of Jamaicans, West Indians, Trinidadians, all that stuff. But the people that own it and all the products on the shelves are Caribbean products, right? But the people that own it is the Koreans. And you see all the fruits in there, the sour sops, the sweet sops, the star apples, like all that stuff from the Caribbean you see in there. They controlling all that stuff. So you probably have to go to them. They're the only ones. I'm gonna say this too. I keep saying I'm gonna switch the subject. I'm gonna say this too. They're the only ones up here in New York that you could buy grapes with seeds from. If you go to the regular supermarket in New York, 9 times out of 10, you can't find grapes with seeds in it. You got to leave the 5 boroughs and go to like Long Island or go up to Westchester. I'm talking about here in New York to go to Walmart, because in the 5 boroughs, they don't have Walmarts here. So you got to go there, and you might find some fruits with some seeds at Walmart. You might. Now, the Koreans in the 5 boroughs, their stands, they have the fruits with the daggone seeds in it. Going to show you that these other nations, man, they're controlling everything. That's part of the curses, the Deuteronomy 28. We know the deal. That's part of the curses. All right. Yeah, Divine said, Brother Divine said it's the same thing in Atlanta. Yeah, man, the curses follow us wherever we go. That's a fact. That is a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's how we know the Bible is a true book. You don't even have to go deep into a whole bunch of different things. How we know the Bible is a true book, because these curses that's on our people are real. We have these other nations all in our communities, man, controlling everything. You see what I'm saying? And by the way, shout out to Atlanta. I know Brother Divine knows about it too. You have the Israelite Atlanta Harvest, I believe it's called. If you brothers and sisters are not aware of it, let me just bring it up real quick. It's relevant to something. Let me bring it up real quick. We need to know what's going on in our nation, right? So again, the question was asked by the conscious community, what are Israelites doing? Well, let me share my screen again. Share my screen again. If you're not aware of this, now you are. But you know, most of you brothers and sisters should be aware of this in this nation if you've been here any time. This is Atlanta Harvest, right? This is an Israelite owned and run farm in Atlanta, Georgia. So y'all see the website, Atlanta Harvest. I don't have to go through the whole thing, right? So you can reach out to these brothers and sisters and see what they have and support them and maybe have some of their produce. By the way, the produce is fully organic as well. So you might be able to get some of the stuff shipped to you or whatever you could do. But let's support our own. Since we're talking about the other nations leveraging us and taking advantage of us, right? We do have our own that are doing things. So when you hear the question, what are Israelites doing? Israelites are doing things, but the conscious community is purposefully or willfully ignorant of the things that we are doing and just talking crap. But we are doing things. We're doing things. Maybe everybody in every camp is not progressive. That's why you have to make your decision when you decide who to fellowship with, who's teaching you. You have to make the right decision. You want to be a part of a congregation or a camp. If you choose to be an Israelite that's a part of a congregation, you want to be a part of a congregation or a camp that is doing things progressive in the community. That's things that are tangible, that people can see, that you could touch. That's what you want to be a part of. That's very, very important, family. All right. That's very, very important. And you will see more great things in Israel in 2019. That's not me guessing. I'm telling you, you're going to see more great things that Israelites are doing in 2019 in a very, very short time. I'm giving you my guarantee, 100% signed, sealed, and delivered guarantee about that. I know what I know. Now, let's move on. So we are in the Passover season, right? We're in the Passover season. I'm not here to be contentious about what date brothers and sisters are keeping the Passover. I'm just happy that brothers and sisters are repenting and coming into this way of life and keeping our traditions and our heritage the way our forefathers did. So I say all praise to Yahweh in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, for having mercy on us as the Israelites and allowing us to come back to our traditions. I see a lot of videos and pictures from different Passover that different camps had. And you brothers and sisters across the board, I'm just going to say across the board, what I've seen on my timeline, you look beautiful, Israel. Y'all look strong. The Most High is truly bringing his people back. And that's why the nations are afraid. They're afraid of that. The Bible also tells us in the book of Romans that the earnest expectation of the creature, which is man, is the manifestation of the sons of God. And we are the sons of God and the daughters of God. We are that, the Israelites. And the Most High is bringing us back. So you brothers and you sisters, y'all look beautiful. You know, I really enjoyed, I've watched some of the Passover services from different camps, the ones of you brothers and sisters that actually uploaded your Passover services or whatever. I've watched them, and I really was, happy to see different, congregations and, the people just looking really good, man. But I do want to stress that it's not about looking good. That's not what the Passover is about. The Passover is really a solemn assembly, a solemn observance. It's also us looking forward to future events that the Most High is going to do, as we will be delivered out of this Egypt as well. This Egypt is also destined to go down according to prophecy. And let us also remember the words of the Apostle Paul when he speaks about the leaven that is within us as well. For the tradition of purging out the leaven out of your house in the Old Testament is a tradition that we should follow throughout all of our generations pursuant to the scriptures. But we also know the things in the Old Testament are a shadow. You understand what I'm saying? And now we have a better understanding of why we practice those things. Nothing in the Bible is there just to be there. I always tell people that. When you look at America, America's holidays, a lot of them are meaningless. There's no real significant meaning behind these holidays. They just have them. As we know, pursuant to our Israelite calendar, every one of the holidays or high holy days the Most High gave us that are set apart has a really deeper meaning to it than just us having a convocation and coming together. There's a deeper meaning. Likewise, the things that we do on these high holy days also have a meaning. Like we weren't just putting the leaven out of our house just to put the leaven out of our house. That wasn't it. When we read the New Testament, we understand that leaven has many different connotations in the New Testament. Leaven could be doctrines, false doctrines, I should say, right? Leaven can also be hatred, envy, malice, strife, variance, and things of that nature. That's also leaven. So when we come into the season of the Passover, now we understand the physical part of putting the leaven out of our house, but we also realize that we should also not be keeping these feasts with the leaven that's inside of us, because we are the temple of God, right? We are God's temple. The Spirit of the Most High dwells in us. Wherever the Israelites are, that's where the Spirit of the Most High rests. So likewise, now we understand when we come into this season, really all the time, but when we come into the season, we should be purging out that leaven that's within inside of us, that hatred, that variance, that strife that is so prevalent in Israel. And people try to bring you into that leaven, right? I had one particular Israelite who I'm not even going to mention. I have been long suffering with this individual, long suffering. And this individual has crossed the line more times than I would like to even tell y'all. And I don't have patience with him because I'm a sucker. I don't have patience with him because of who he thinks he is. Excuse me. I have patience with him because I'm trying to pattern myself after the Messiah. And the Messiah had patience with us. And the Most High had patience with us. So I exercised a great amount of patience with this brother. But even me, I'm not perfect yet. Only Yahweh Shai was perfect. I'm not. So I reached my limit and I had to block this brother. And I think that in the whole time I've had Maccabeestv, I think I looked at my block list, because it gives you a list when you block somebody. I only blocked like 2 people ever. So you had to know that this brother was going too far. But this is also someone that will tell me that he's keeping the high holy days, but has all this hatred and leaven for brothers for no reason. When you ask the brother, what is your reason for you hating me or other brothers, you really don't have one. You really don't. Give me 1 second, brothers. 1 second. I apologize. So as we keep these high holy days, as I said, we have a better and greater understanding through the New Testament about what purging out the leaven really is about. You cannot be keeping these high holy days with hatred and variance and envy and strife with your brother or your sister. We got to get out of that, Israel. We got to get out of that, right? So I saw something this week that was a very positive thing. Everybody knows by now, unless you're living under a rock, if you're in the Israelite community, that on Thursday, our brother Zion Lex went and did a show with Captain Tazariak on Cross the Line, right? Now, these are brothers that over the years, they've had different varying levels of disagreements, and sometimes their disagreements spilled over to the internet, to the public, where everybody could see it. And it never really was something that any of us really should have been doing publicly, but sometimes things happen. We're men. And so brothers have come to a place in their relationship where they want to put aside all the things that I just mentioned, that leaven. That's within all of us. They want to put that aside and deal with each other as brothers, not compromising your beliefs or your traditions or what you believe or your understanding. That's what I should say. Not compromising that, either one, but learning how to deal with each other as Israelites. When the Hebrew war machine was first formed, when we did Kemet on Trial, that was absolutely a transcendent moment in Israelite history. Why? Because for the first time, you saw prominent Torah-based or Old Testament Israelites linking up with prominent New Testament-based Israelites coming together to stand and defend the God of Israel. Well, I should say defend the God of Israel, because the Most High don't need no defense. So let me draw that back. Come together in defense of our traditions and our heritage and our nationality and our holy book. That was a transcendent moment that many people thought could never happen. And nobody made any compromises. But we all have a foundational belief in the laws, the Torah. We all have that. And so we stood in defense of that, right? And at the time, it wasn't popular. I know myself and General Hashar, we caught hell in the New Testament community from several people that was telling us we was going off by doing that, you know, but we proceeded anyway, right? Now, you have these brothers, they're coming together and trying to put aside their differences in terms of it being public and, you know, the anger and whatever, put that aside. And that opens the door to be able to have conversations, even if you don't agree with somebody, right? That's a transcendent moment in Israel for both of them and for all of us. When we first started the Maccabees Alliance Council, we told you the Maccabees Council started off with 7 camps. The very first time that we got together, we put doctrine on the table. That's a fact, because there was people in the room that stood on one side when it came to some doctrines, and there were people in the room that stood on the other side. And we didn't hide from it. We didn't run from it. We met the challenge head on. But here's the difference. Before we got together and did that, we had many, many conversations on the phone, getting to know each other as brothers, to be able to build a rapport or a relationship with each other before we delved into the doctrine thing. And that is the mistake some of the elders in the past have made. You try to get into a doctrinal discussion with somebody that you don't know, that's always going to end bad. So we were able to do that and put doctrine on the table. Things were ironed out for the most part. And at the end of the day, we came out the room and it was all love. It was all love. You see what I'm saying? We had the same thing when we were able to go to Brooklyn to Shema Yisrael. Those are Old Testament Israelites. We were able to go in their temple and have a discussion about the New Testament and about the Messiah with Old Testament Israelites, where in the past, I am telling you, we've tried to have these discussions before and we were thrown out of temples in the 90s. That's a fact. We were able to have a discussion with those brothers. Now, granted, as me and Hashar told you, because we was in their house, we didn't go as hard, and brothers have come at us about that. But it was a transcendent moment. It wasn't time for that at that time. We still were building a relationship with those brothers. And we were able to do that. And so I'm giving you all those examples because I'm watching, and I'm not going to be specific, but y'all know what I'm talking about, some of y'all. I'm watching, and the conscious community seems to be upset that brothers is putting aside their differences. They're upset about it. And I don't understand that concept whatsoever. I don't understand it. Y'all got together and had a Kemetic conference, what, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago? Every last one of you Negroes in the conscious community that's on that Kemet stuff, none of y'all agree. None of y'all agree. I know, because I'll be around y'all. I talk to y'all. Y'all don't be agreeing, and y'all be telling me, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. Let me be specific. Let me be specific, because I don't tap this. Let me be specific, because I'm not talking bad about nobody. I heard the Amun Ra squad say more than once that the white man is not the Tom Hool. He is not the Tom Hool. I've heard them say that. Jabari says the white man is the Tom Hool, right? But yet they come together under one roof and join forces like Voltron to come against the Israelites, to come against us. So y'all can form like Voltron and pretend like y'all don't have differences, and that's okay, right? But the minute you see two brothers come together and put aside certain differences and say that when it comes to defending the word of God, they're going to stand together if they must, brothers have a problem with that. Why is that? Why is that? That's what I want to know. That means that brothers is doing something right, because they don't want to see Israelites unifying on any level. That's why these Mashara summits, whether people like them or not, they do have some importance to them. That's why when the Maccabees Alliance Council gets together, there's some importance there. And all the other summits that take place, because I see a lot of them. I'm going to try to get to some more of these too, some more of them too, if I could. That's why they're important. That's why the unity Passovers that we've been having is important. People don't like to see that. It's like a divided Israel is the only way. That's the only way. Let me just say it. The only way the conscious community stands a chance against the word of God and the Israelites is as long as Israel is divided. As long as we're divided, as long as we are banging on each other, that's the only way you Negroes stand a chance. That's the only, look at my eyes. That's the only way you stand a chance. That's the only way. When we're divided, when we come together, you don't have a chance. Hell, let me tell you something right now. Y'all setting up a debate with the Christians, right? You got Chris Broussard from Fox FS1 Sports Channel that be on First Take with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, that dude. And he's messing around with the conscious community now. He got a group of pastors, and y'all getting ready to have some mega debate in Brooklyn or Queens, one of those, in July. And y'all going against the Christians. It's going to be the same tired argument against the Bible. Same tired argument. I'm going to tell you this right now. Let me say this. I'm speaking for myself. I ain't speaking for nobody else. I'm speaking for myself. Watch this. The Christians are going to kick y'all behinds, conscious community, and you can get mad that I said it because I ain't calling you out your name, but y'all talk, so I'm going to talk. Right? The Christians, the know-nothing Christians are going to kick your behinds if you Negroes come to the debate with stupid scholarship like the 16 crucified saviors. That is pseudo. When I was on Sanetta's channel, a month and a half ago, some clown called me up talking about the story of Moses was plagiarized from Egypt. I asked him for a primary source. He gave me the 16 crucified saviors. You got to be kidding me, right? If you come with scholarship like that, y'all gonna lose. If you come with the Jesus Wars to prove that Christ didn't exist, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Those things are pseudo. And let me say this too. If those are sources you're using, how are you walking around the community telling me you're a scholar? You are not a scholar if you're using the Jesus Wars to prove that Christ didn't exist. You are not a scholar. You might be a researcher and you read a lot, but you're not a scholar. As a matter of fact, I'll go on record as saying none of them dudes on Sonetta, none of them dudes that you're using are scholars. None of them. Not one of them. These niggas are regurgitating old, outdated, biblical minimalist arguments. That's all they doing. Going on people's websites and stealing their information, right? And reading biblical minimalist works and then regurgitating and throwing it on a PowerPoint, coming in calling themselves a scholar. How are you a scholar when you stole somebody's work? You think a scholar is going to quote the 16 crucified saviors in a PowerPoint? You think a scholar is going to do that? You're crazy. You think a scholar is going to quote, what's that book? True Authorship of the New Testament? That uses gematria to try to prove the Piso family wrote the New Testament, using gematria in English, when the Bible was written in Hebrew and the New Testament was written in Greek and Latin, and you're going to use that? How come they didn't write a book with the gematria showing that it works with the Greek and the Latin? How come they didn't do that? Come on, man. Shit is crazy. You brothers got a problem because brothers came together. Because they want to sit down at the table and build and talk about differences. Y'all got a problem with that? I co-sign that. I co-sign that. That's me. I co-sign that. And me and Brother Zion been talking too. Just so you know, we've been talking too. We've been talking too. I just didn't get a chance to interview him yet. But the brother's a very, very smart brother. We have our differences. He ain't compromising, and neither am I. But I respect the brother's passion for defending the word of the Most High. And if y'all brothers could come together, believe in all types of stuff, how do you have brothers on that platform that are 5%ers? You're a 5%er, because I was a 5%er. Let's not forget. How you got brothers on a platform that are 5%ers, and you talking about the Bible as pseudo, as though we can't go in your works and find pseudo information from lesson 1 all the way up? How do you do that? Do y'all realize, now I'm gonna piss some people really off now. Maybe it's just that day. Who cares? Many of y'all not aware, the 5% school is on Adam Clayton Powell and 126th Street. And I believe it was a week ago, maybe 2 at most. They renamed the street after the 5%ers. Y'all can look that up. I don't remember if it was named after the founder of the 5%ers. I'm forgetting. I'm drawing a blank, or just the 5%ers in general. I don't remember. But either way, my question is a basic question. Since when is the white man naming major streets and thoroughfares after people that's teaching the truth? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? So now the white man gave you money to open your school. We didn't forget about that. We didn't forget the white man gave you money to open the 5% school. You got that from Mayor Lindsay. Some of us was in that, so we know. The white man gave you money to open your school, to teach the truth. And now he's naming major thoroughfares after you, right? To teach the truth. Nah, I don't think so. Y'all don't have a leg to stand on when it comes against the truth, but y'all don't have to worry about us right now. You need to stop making videos about Israelites and worry about them Christians, because them Christians are going to mess y'all up if y'all come with the same tired, stupid arguments. If you come, I'm helping you. If you come to the debate saying that Jesus was created at the Council of Nicaea, you're going to lose, because that's pseudo. That's pseudo. If you come to the council saying it was a bunch of white people that were at the Council of Nicaea, you're going to lose, because that's pseudo. And that's what's being perpetrated in the conscious community. Y'all need to clean up your own mess and worry about the crap that's in y'all stuff instead of trying to debunk Israelites. You guys have failed already. You failed. You failed. The movement is growing, not getting smaller. The movement is proliferating whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter how many videos you make. So you're not helping yourself by doing whatever it is that you think you're doing. We're just gonna continue to do what we do. And now we're brothers coming together and learning to put aside their differences. We're only going to be stronger. We're only going to be stronger. And I offer my services and my research and whatever I can to both those brothers. If I don't want to be in it, but my resources and my research, I offer it to both of them brothers. If y'all ever try to come against Israel again. I got some questions. I got questions. There is no more. I'm gonna attack your Bible. No. You can attack the Bible when you're talking. When I start talking, we're gonna talk about your records. We're gonna talk about you. You Kemetic people are not getting away from that ever again. There will be no just debate about the Bible. Never. There's too much crap in your records. Too much. Too much. You tell us that we get our records from the white man, and the fathers of Egyptology are white men. And you get your information from the Greeks. A lot of stuff comes down from Herodotus. The way that your dynasties are organized comes from a white man named Herodotus. He gave you that. And then he listed the Nisuts, or the pharaohs, in sequential order, when the fact is to make Egypt older than it is. When the fact is that some of those pharaohs were ruling at the same time. We'll talk about that. But yeah, it was a good thing that those brothers talked, man. And I hope for the most part, Israel, I hope that y'all saw that as a positive thing. I really do. I saw some people hating on it, but I saw that conversation as a positive thing. The lines of communication have to be opened more for us to talk. You know what I'm saying? And not use other platforms outside the community to tear each other down, because I think that they enjoy that a little too much. I mean, everybody should know that by now, right? And one of the things that Brother Zion mentioned in that video with Captain Tazariak was he wanted to do a Exodus conference, I think he said. And if they do that, you know, I'll reach out to Brother Zion and tell him too. I definitely want to participate in that, because one of the things that we have to just discuss as Israelites, we got to discuss the Exodus. We have to. And the sojourn in the wilderness for 40 years. Where's the evidence of it? Where's the evidence of the Exodus? Where's the evidence of us being in Egypt? We have to discuss these things. And the answers are available to us, but we have to come out of being religious and actually do some research. I made this statement before, and I'm going to say it again. Hollywood and the elites have given us the story of Ramses II being the Pharaoh of the Exodus. The Bible does not say that. I know what it says in Exodus 1. I know what it says in Exodus 12. Those are not telling you that Ramses was the Pharaoh of the Exodus. There are problems with that chronology. I am telling you. Let me show y'all something. I'm not going to play the video. Let me show y'all something, right? I'm just going to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all something. Show y'all something. Now, y'all may not remember this video, but this was about 4 years ago. I went to the ISUPK Passover. I think that's the last one I went to. And these guys came, right? And you see the title of the video, Did the Exodus Really Happen? Now, I wasn't there to argue. I was there to listen, because that's their question. These are things that the conscious community and biblical minimalists are pushing, that the Exodus never happened. Let me explain something to you. Part of the reason why they say the Exodus never happened, you have to ask yourself, what time period are they saying the Exodus was supposed to have happened? What you're going to find out is most of the people that say the Exodus never happened, ask them, according to the Bible, when did the Exodus happen? They're going to tell you Ramses II. That's what they're going to tell you. And from that place on, that's when they begin to try to pick the story apart, because the Exodus really didn't take place under Ramses II. The name Ramses is there, but you have to learn what anachronisms are, which I've gone into before. So Reggie thought he had me. I was just standing there and I'm listening, and I'm in my mind, I'm saying to myself, I already see what he's doing. He's talking to me about the Armana letters. He's talking to me about all types of stuff that he thinks we don't know about, but we know about these things. So that would definitely be something that's very powerful. I don't know if we'll get to it this year, because the Passover is upon us now. And so I don't know if we'll get to it this year, but it's a conversation that Israel needs to have. It's definitely a conversation that Israel needs to have. We need to talk about the Mernah Patah Stele. Mernah Patah is the son of Ramses II. We got to talk about that thing, right? We got to talk about the chronology in Egypt, the way that it's a lot of things, you know. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm about talked out. Let me just see who's in the chat room. If anybody got something significant to say. If not, I'm about to roll out. Right. Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, which is Divine Prospect, says they have multiple farms out here. Atlanta Harvest is one of them. Hey, Divine, I know you're a busyman.com, right? Can we get you on Maccabeestv soon? I need to get you on here soon. I want to talk to you about what's going on in Atlanta with all those farms. I think that's very important, because the narrative that's being pushed in the community is that Israelites are not doing anything. We're not doing nothing. So I need you to get on here so we could talk about that thing. And let's also talk about this conversation that's going crazy about reparations. So I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to reach out to you in your inbox. Definitely. You and I are going to... Hey, Devon, you know, Devon, so family, real quick, Devon is asking me about that new movie that came out. No, brother, I didn't get a chance to see it. Unfortunately, the day that it came out, I was stuck at work. I didn't get a chance to see it. So, like I said, I want to try to get you on here. So there it is. We could talk about that new movie that you're talking about. I want to talk about farms, and I want to talk about reparations as well, because that's a hot topic. So if you're available, because you're on here today, so if you're available on Sundays, if Sundays are good for you, most I will. Let's get up next Sunday. I'll inbox you and see if we can set something up, and you can put your information together from now. Those are the things I want to talk to you about. All right, brothers and sisters, that's our brother Divine Prospect. You know what I'm saying, the young prodigy. Make sure y'all subscribe to Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. Y'all see his name right in the chat. Make sure y'all click it, go to his page, and sign up to watch Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. That young brother is doing fantastic work out here, defending the name of the Most High, his son, and our way of life, man. So let's support these brothers, man. Let's support these brothers, definitely. All right? So with that, I'm about to be out of here. The water to everybody. Thank you to everybody that came and supported. I'll be seeing some of y'all at our Passover here in New York, April the 18th. If you're not familiar with that, you can hit me up. Daniel Benjamin on Facebook or 877-53-LIONS. I'm going to put my phone number here in the chat, 877-53-LIONS. Y'all can reach out to me. Oh, Suki now. Oops. That's wrong. First phone number's wrong. I went too fast. Actually, my computer's a piece of stuff, like I'll be telling y'all, but that ain't no excuse. That's better. There you go. Exodus Powder. You said you have something you want to get to me. Email me, Maccabeestv, gmail.com, just like the channel. Same spelling as the channel. Maccabeestv, gmail.com. AMTZ asks, where does Divine Prospect post his events? He posted usually, send him, he may not, I think he has too many friends on Facebook, so you may not be able to send him a friend request on Facebook, but you can follow his page. And I noticed that he posts a lot of his events and things of that nature on his page on Facebook. So follow his page on Facebook, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, or subscribe to his YouTube page, and you'll be able to keep up with the brother there. The brother just did an interview with Vocab Malone. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. I know I'm probably gonna be cursing under my breath while I'm watching it, but I'm about to go watch it nonetheless. And that's that. That's that. All right, family. Anything else? Anything else y'all want me to? Hey, no problem, Divine. Most High bless you, King. Anything else? Hey, Neil Springer. Here's what I would suggest to you. Brother Neil Springer said he needs a camp in New York. This is what separates me. Well, I'm not gonna say me. This is what separates the Maccabees Alliance from everybody else. This is where we separate, right? I could easily tell you, come to my camp on Saturday. I could tell you that. I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna tell you that. You got to make your decision. What I'll tell you is that there are camps all over New York. You got AOC, they be downtown on Saturdays. You got a House of Israel, they're downtown on 42nd Street on Saturday nights. You have my camp, Lions of Israel, we're up in the Bronx on 149th and 3rd. If you're in Brooklyn, you have the House of David, they be downtown Brooklyn every Saturday, etc., etc. Go around and visit the camps. Check them out. And let the Most High lead you. That's the best answer I could give you. Let the Most High lead you. I don't want to be the one to tell you to join, because there's too many brothers that's joining camps for the wrong reason. You see a camp, you know, they put out nice videos, they have nice garments, whatever like that. You join in and you realize your spirit doesn't mesh with their spirit. So test them out. Test them out. Chocolate City Girl, you can order some of those vegetables. So the website is Atlanta Harvest, right? Let me come back here. Do I still have it up? I do. Atlanta Harvest. Now, Devon said that there's more farms in Atlanta than just this. So he's going to educate us next week. The brother said he's going to come on next week. So make sure y'all are in the house next week. Apparently, there are more Israelite farms in Atlanta than just Atlanta Harvest. But this is Atlanta Harvest, right? So y'all know. Go to their website. You can order from there. All right, Exodus Powder, here you go. Same spelling as the channel. Maccabeestv@gmail.com. Here y'all go. Thank you, Star. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try my best, you know, to bring you brothers and sisters. I know Right. Okay, Chocolate City Girl. I'll make sure that when he comes on, he gives us the phone number. Although I believe, let me come back to the page here. I believe the phone number for Atlanta Harvest is on here on the website. Let me come back. But y'all gotta pardon me. My computer is so bad. It like takes a moment when I click on something for it to refresh, right? So let's see. 1 second. There we go. Y'all should be able to see it in a moment, right? That's the phone number for Atlanta Harvest right there. 678-653-6246. That's the phone number for Atlanta Harvest. That's an Israelite-owned farm, and there's quite a few of them in Atlanta, according to Divine Prospect. So we'll be learning more about that in the near future, and there's a lot of other things that's getting ready to happen too that y'all are gonna really love. And so I try my best to make this channel different than the other channels that's out here, and just speak to y'all in a way that no matter what camp you're in, or if you're not in any camp but you're an Israelite, that everybody can relate to what we talk about here on Maccabees TV. My brother Augustus Kane says, have I ever heard about K-Dub True? No. So you can educate me on that as well. Did I miss anything? Y'all want me to talk about anything else? Okay. My man Walner Host is trying to get me. Oh man, he's trying to get the people to curse me out now. He's asking me about Nipsey Hussle. Man, yo, my timeline on social media, that's all that was on there last week. So I made a post. Am I still sharing on my screen, or y'all can see me? Hold up. Y'all can see me. Right? I think. Yeah. Okay. I made a post. Well, last Sunday, I found out about the brother being shot. On Monday, I made a post on Facebook. And basically I said Nipsey had gotten killed. And I said, I wonder what's going to happen to the documentary, right? That's all I said. And when I tell you Israelites was on my post arguing for the whole week arguing, that's what they were doing. I wanted to see the documentary he was doing. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, there's already a lot of stuff out there on Dr. Sebi, whatever. True. But I don't know what this brother was going to add to the equation. Was he going to say some things that weren't said before? Everybody can add a different flavor to the sauce, right? He could have went deeper or brought out more controversial information. He may have very well even addressed Dr. Sebi's death, which itself is shrouded in some mystery as to what really happened to him. Was there foul play, etc.? You know, because we know the official story, but then we don't believe the official story. So was he going to address that? Like, where was he going to go? We don't know. So when people are saying, oh, it doesn't matter, there's already stuff about Dr. Sebi, yeah, there is, but I wanted to see where he was going to go. That's what I posted on social media. And then it transformed into a whole argument amongst Israelites about whether he's an actual Israelite or not. So I made another very innocent statement. I said, looking at him, he looks like Haile Selassie. His father does, I should say. But I don't go by phenotype when it comes to judging whether somebody's Israel or not. If you don't know what phenotype is, look it up, family. I don't go by the way somebody looks, their complexion or whatever, to tell if they're an Israelite or not. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we've mingled our seeds so much with the nations over the years that sometimes you can't look at somebody and tell they're Israelite by how they look. So I said, I don't know. I know he's from Eritrea, which they say is the Cushites over there, right? But also you have Israel that's scattered there as well. When you read Isaiah, the 11th chapter, verse 10 on down, it tells you the Most High is going to be gathering Israel from the four corners of the earth, and that's one of the places we're going to be gathered from. When you read the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, you had Israelites that were dwelling there as well. So I don't have a direct line to the Most High to find out what somebody's nationality was, so I kind of stayed away from that argument. But you had people that were taking strong sides either way. Oh, he's definitely an Israelite, or he's definitely not. I said, I don't know. What I did say was, based on what I seen that the brother was doing in his community, he was trying to make a change. Now, he was still doing some negative stuff, right? He was still doing some negative stuff. He still was indulging sometimes. I heard that he went to an award show relatively recently and smacked somebody in the face and stuff like that. Like, you can't do that and expect there not to be repercussions. You can't do that, right? I don't know that that led to his death or not. So that's why I'm not here to speculate on none of that stuff. But I do know the brother was making and doing some positive stuff. He had a lot of stuff about cryptocurrency. He had a lot of stuff about buying real estate. And he was teaching that stuff to the G's in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them about these sort of things, right? He also made a lot of very, very, strong statements when it comes to, Black people, as far as being in support of Black people. So the brother was doing a lot, so I have to respect that. And I think it was yesterday or Friday, I'm not sure when, y'all on the comment boards, y'all can correct me. You had different gangs out in Los Angeles. Like you had the, I believe it was the 8 Trays or the 80 Trays. Y'all can correct me. And the Rolling 60s. So those are Crips and Bloods. And they got together yesterday and they did a march in Los Angeles for peace, right? Now, I already know I can see Israel coming on here and arguing about that. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 28 that our eye will be evil towards our brother. So anytime that you could have brothers for any reason that could come together and say, you know what? I'm not going to kill you and you're not going to kill me. We're going to try to iron out our differences, going back to what I said about Tazariak and Zion Lex trying to iron out the differences. It's the same thing. Anytime you can see brothers coming together to iron out their differences, it's a good thing. And that march was inspired by this brother's passing. So if that's the byproduct of this brother passing, for brothers to put down their guns, it's not all the gangsters that put down their guns and stop banging, but you had a few that did. How could I have a problem with that? How could I speak against that? I can't. So the brother definitely had a positive impact in a lot of ways. So I'm considering that thing. And lastly, I did a video earlier in the week on my drive to work, and I'm going to reiterate what I said in the video. If y'all didn't see the video, it's here on the channel. It's about 1 or 2 videos ago. I asked Israelites, how are you going to be remembered? Because it's obvious from looking at him, a lot of people are going to remember him for the positive changes that he made in his life before he died, and the things that he was doing in his community before he died. That's going to be his legacy. So we can sit here and argue about what his nationality was, but there's a bigger consideration that we have to take. How am I going to be remembered in Israel when it's our turn, when our life cycle is over? How are you going to be remembered? And in that video, what I basically told Israel is, especially those that are vehemently saying he's not an Israelite, then don't let a heathen outwork you. Don't let a heathen outwork you. When I have problems with people on social media and I click on the link, they come on here and they tell me what I need to be doing, what I should be saying, and all this other crap. When I click the hyperlink and go to your page, there's nothing going on. So you're not outworking me. So how are you going to tell me what I need to be doing? Likewise, with that man, if you're going to criticize him, just make sure he doesn't outwork you. That's all. Make sure that you're doing more than he did. That's all. And make sure that when it's your time to transition and you leave, that your works outlive you. That people will still be talking about the great works you did long after you left the earth. My brother Beloya died in 2012, and people still talk about that brother today. People still wake up from his videos today. You got people that still are taking the man's videos and downloading them and re-uploading them on their channels, videos that go back a long way. So he's still doing the work, even though he's not here. Believe it or not, it might sound strange, but it is. So his works outlived him. Will yours? Will mine? That's the question that we need to be arguing about, not about his nationality or what he was. But I've had some people that have come in my inbox or come on the comment boards, and they're just telling me he's an Israelite and you need to say that. No, you need to say that. The Most High knows. I don't know. I don't know. You know. But just make sure that your works outlive you and do what you do. And so, and now, by the way, I don't want to take credit for that. I got that from one of the young captains from Sakari. He actually made that post on Facebook, and that's exactly what he said. He said, "Don't let a heathen outwork you." He said to the brothers that are saying he's a heathen, "Don't let a heathen outwork you." And I thought that was profound. I was like, "Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. Yep." And that pierced me to the heart. I was, what does the Bible say in Hebrews 4:12? The word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than a two-edged sword. That cut me. I'm like, damn, you're right. I better make sure. I better make sure. I do a lot, but I need to do more. There's always more that could be done. So that's what I take away from the brother, the man, the rapper dying. We can have a conversation about whether it was random violence by somebody in the circle that hated him and killed him, or whether there was foul play or a conspiracy, for lack of a better word, to kill a man. That conversation is out there. You know, I've said some things on social media, but I don't really think that any of that stuff is relevant to anything. Like, it's not something to get into an argument about, I don't think. That's me personally. That's my take on it for the brother that asked. Right. Brother said that there's Israelites in Africa, even though the majority is not. By the way, on a totally random note, family, do your brother a favor. Make sure y'all hit the like button on this video, because what it does is sends the video higher in the algorithm so that people that are just logging on, they'll see that we're live and they'll come on. So that's what hitting the like button does. It doesn't do anything for me. So you ain't got to hit the like button because you like me or you don't like me. It kind of just brings the video up in the search a little higher so people can see it. So if y'all could hit the like button, that'd be a beautiful thing. Yeah. So family, don't get caught up in somebody did a picture though. Speaking of the whole Nipsey Hussle thing, I downloaded it to my phone, but I don't know if I could find it as fast on Facebook. But somebody painted a picture and they put a crown of thorns on the man's head. That's you. Now you're delving into idolatry. And I am seeing, and people were making good points during the week, like the people that were going hard for this brother don't go hard for the brothers and sisters that die in the hood every day, that are doing good works, some of them are turning away from gangs and into all types of community programs and stuff like that die every day. And there's not this uproar for them at all, So this thing is turning into somewhat of an idolatry type thing. People have been getting tattoos of the man on their neck and their hands, their chest, and stuff like that. I've been seeing. Now you're going too far. Why would you tattoo? First of all, tattooing is against the scriptures. We all know that. I was speaking to an Israelite audience, so I don't have to, get deep into it. Everybody knows that. But why would you want to tattoo the face of another man on your body, somebody you never met? Why would you do that? Our people are so into idolatry, it's crazy. We begin to idolize people instead of realizing they put their pants on one leg at a time like the rest of us. And when they go to the bathroom, it smells just as bad as anybody else, especially if you're not, back to the herbs, especially if you're not flushing, if you're not taking herbs, if you're not drinking teas and stuff like that. When you go to the bathroom, you got to close the door. You got to burn like 100 incense behind you or whatever like that. You're a man just like everybody else. Random now. Y'all didn't tell me, well, not y'all. I did this to myself. I'm just sitting here talking. I ain't saying nothing to me. Random thing, man. If you go to the bathroom and your stool is floating at the top, you need a flush. You need to drink some herbs or something, and you need to clean your colon, cleanse. You need a cleanse or a flush. Absolutely. Your stool is not supposed to be floating around at the top. It's supposed to sink to the bottom. Just a little jewel. If the consistency of your stool is not like peanut butter, you probably need a flush. or a cleanse or something like that. And I don't want to hear no crap about you don't want to you don't want them to send you to the bathroom. Now you sound like an 8-year-old. I said that before. You sound like an 8-year-old. All right, it's supposed to do that. Your colon is supposed to be cleansed. That's why men, I'm talking to you, men, I'm a man, so I'm talking to myself too. That's why the doctor, like, you know what I'm saying, we all know what Leviticus 20:13 say. We ain't into that sort of lifestyle, right? But you do realize the doctor has to take his fingers in this society and put it in your anus and put his finger up there to check your colon. Like, that's, I don't, listen, take care of your joint. Take care of it, because I'm gonna tell you something, it'll be a lot worse if you come down or you're diagnosed with colon cancer. It'll be a lot worse than what the doctor's doing. You see what I'm saying? Going back to what I said before, prevention is better than cure. You don't need to be sick to drink this stuff. Just do it. Just drink it. Just drink the tea. Just do it. Because you don't need to be having a heart attack to drink this. You don't need to be doing that. Just do it because. And because we love you, that's why we have these videos that we do that a lot of y'all don't watch. A lot of you sisters don't support the Sisters of the Maccabees channel. You don't support it. But that's why we're over there doing stuff like this. Look at this. Parasite video. Let's go down the list. Let's go down the list. Watch. Athlete's foot, urinary tract infection. Some of y'all suffer from that or know somebody that is. Sea moss. One of the healthiest things you could drink. Videos for that. Prevention of heart attack, strokes, diabetes. What about that? Huh? Parasite cleanse. What about that? Knowing the difference between real foods and fake foods, what you should be eating. So like we're trying to help our people. You see what I'm saying? Which we try, but it's up to you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? So we do these videos and we try to give brothers and sisters information, but unfortunately with our people, a lot of our people will wait till you have stage 4 before you come to get some help. If you're in New York City, as many times as I've said it, that Patrick Delves is in town and you haven't visited him, and you don't have to be sick to do it, just to get some prescriptions or some, not prescriptions, just to be some references to some things that you may need to do to live a better quality of life. I don't know what to tell you, man. That brother's willing to help, And like I said at the beginning of the video, for those of y'all that's just coming on, I've been running across people that I know over the past 2 months are coming to me with stage 4 this, stage 4 that, erectile dysfunction, heart this, heart that. And y'all coming to me and you so far along in the ailment because you didn't take care of yourself, which is cool because you didn't know, right? But then when we start telling you stuff, you don't want to do it. You want to be chained to the damn pill or whatever it is for the rest of your life. And I'm not saying, and by the way, if your doctor prescribes something for you, you should take it. Ain't none of us telling you, what I'm saying, don't take what the doctor prescribed, just take the herbs, you're going to die, right? Take what the doctor prescribed because the herbs are slow acting. They act slowly. So you got to take them for a long period of time. So if your doctor prescribes something for you, take it, but the herbs will help you begin to reverse the process. The brother Patrick has told y'all that he suffered from epilepsy. If you never heard him say that, next time I see him, I'll have him tell y'all the story again. Brother Patrick suffered from epilepsy before he became a herbalist. Now, you know that people have epilepsy, they have it for life. He don't have it no more. He don't have it no more. So you might want to find out, how did he do that? Well, you got to look into it. You know what I'm saying? But I done deviated back to what I was saying about Nipsey Hussle and the rest of these. We can't idolize these people because they're just men and women like you or I. Put their pants on 1 foot at a time like you or I. We got to stop idolizing people. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. All right. Last call. Anything else that y'all wanted me to speak about before I go? And one of the reasons too why I'm drinking this thing is because I myself, even though I take herbs, I myself sometimes do. I work out. I'm working outside sometimes. Different things. The weather's changing. I'll go outside without a coat, and I myself got a little cold because of it. So There's ginger in here. There's garlic, a whole bunch of different things. And I'm drinking it because my throat is kind of sore from doing silly stuff like going outside without a coat. That's my fault. You know, I'm not perfect either. So my throat is starting to hurt me right now. That's why I'm about to end the live stream. So is there anything else? Foundation Founded said, you may have said something earlier that I missed. You said you're done with music of the world, so help a brother out. Okay, sure. See, this is what we do. Watch this. Let me share my screen. Watch this. And I've been neglecting this a little bit, but let me show you, because you're probably not aware about this. Maybe a lot of y'all are not aware about this, because this channel doesn't get a lot of support from brothers and sisters either, and I think it's because y'all don't know what's there. Watch this. All right, just so y'all know, this is the Maccabeestv family, right? So we have Maccabeestv, which y'all are watching me on now. You have Sisters of the Maccabees for the sisters. I got Maccabeestv 2 at the right of the screen because if something happens to this channel, we want to have a backup channel already running, right? But this is the one that you're asking me about, Foundation Founded. This is Maccabeestv Music. Now, I haven't really paid this channel a lot of attention, but I'm going to click it, Maccabeestv Music. And on this page, you can see that I have, and what I usually do is I upload music videos and truth music, as much as I can. Now, if people don't come to me and ask me to put it on here, I'm not going to put it on here. And I put it on Maccabees too. This channel, I put it on there too. So the reason why I don't have a lot is because a lot of people haven't come forward and said, yo, could you put my music up? So I don't want to put some up that somebody doesn't want me to put up. But come to this channel, Maccabeestv Music. Let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. I'm going to put it in the chat. All you got to do is click the link, right? Maccabeestv Music. You can come here and click on the link. It'll take you there. Hit the subscribe button, and there it is. You have some music that you can listen to. Also, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for 1 second. That's the link. I'm gonna put it one more time. One more time. Also, you know, it wouldn't be right if I didn't do a small shameless plug. And I guess there's a reason why they call it a shameless plug, right, y'all? But hey, what can I tell you? Small shameless plug, right? Just give me a second. Give me a second. Wait for my screen to refresh. Wait for my screen to refresh. There we go. All right, let me share my screen again. Real quick. And while I'm doing this, if anybody else has anything else they might want me to touch on real quick before I go, drop it in the comments because I'm about to be out in a minute. So Foundation Founded, this is my website. Now, y'all notice, right? I'm fair. I don't promote. I'm not a self-promoter. Like I could bombard y'all with ads about my website all day long. I show y'all every now and then because it's up to y'all to show love to your brother. If you want to show me love, you do it. If anything that I do helps you and you feel like you want to support me, this is where you could come. It's my website, right? But specifically to answer your question, this is my album that I put out last year, right? So let's come here real quick. The website is wakeupjacob12, by the way, wakeupjacob12.com. And I have my album here on this website. So you can go ahead. I have some snippets on the website, so you can take a listen. You can download the songs that you like. If you only like some songs on it, everything is not for everybody. If you like some of the songs on it, you could download them individually, or you could download the whole project as well, okay? And some of my music videos is on Maccabees Music as well, by the way, on that channel that I showed you. So I'll go ahead and drop the link for this here as well. And also, oh, wow. Now, Ariad, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that donation. Anything, like I said, helps. So, you know, any way that you can help me helps. I appreciate it. Also, foundation founded real quick. I'm just going to show you another one. This is my brother Asher Sha'ala. This is his website, right? He also has music as well, as you can see. Listen, man, I'm going to tell y'all something. I said it yesterday on social media. I'm going to say it again, right? This is his website. It's iamisrael12.com. I'm going to drop this in the link as well. Same thing. You can get his album on his website right here. Really quickly, I want to say that Asher Sha'ala. Okay, I see your question, DBO89. I'm about to answer you in 1 second. All right. There's Asher Sha'ala's website right there. When it comes to the whole truth music, movement, I got to give credit to the brother Asher Sha'ala from I Am Israel 12 and also How Music. You know, ad nauseum, y'all already know, I came into the truth through music. It was Israelites that had a record deal back in the days. Some brothers by the name of Grayson and Jason. Y'all heard me tell that story 100 times. It was some Israelites named Grayson and Jason, right? They have their videos on YouTube right now. Greysun and Jason. They were signed to Atlantic Records. They were dealing with Vance Wright. Vance Wright was also with Slick Rick, et cetera, et cetera. And we were dealing with those guys, you know, and at the time I was a 5%er, and they introduced me to this Israelite thing. I used to see the brothers on the streets, but I wasn't intending on joining until I met these brothers. And they're part of the reason why I'm in the truth today. So I always have a place in my heart for music. But when I came into the truth, I was so passionate about teaching the Most High's words that as a young man, I gave up my music career when I was like 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? When I first came in, I came into the truth at 19, and I still dibbled and dabbled with the music for like another year or two. And then I just gave it up. I just wanted to serve the Lord. That was it. And, you know, I would dibble and dabble over the years. You know, Captain McGunn, you know, young brother, he comes into the camp. So I want to relate to the young brothers. He would bring me beats and I would rhyme on it. And somehow or another, Asher Sha'ala came a hold of one of the songs I did and came up and scooped me up and was like, you need to come out retirement, whatever. I was like, no. So then he started beating me in the head with my own words. Like, brother, it doesn't matter what way you bring the truth to the people. They just, whether you're going to reach people in different, how did you come to the truth? You came in through music. So how you not going to do music? You know what I'm saying? So just just beat me in the head. And he's right. Him and McGunn. And so I came out of like a 25-year retirement, if that, something like that. And I did an album or whatever like that. But the truth music holds a special place in my heart. And Asher Sha'ala and How Music, they've been like two of the brothers at the forefront of this whole truth music thing. So shout out to those brothers, giving y'all stuff that y'all can listen to. You don't have to listen to worldly music anymore if you don't want to. And if anybody's watching this that does music that wants me to put it on these channels, I will. Because I'm not about self-promoting on this channel. This is for Israel. Everything that we give you is for Israel, to make us all great. We're going to make Israel great again. MIGA, M-I-G-A. We're going to make Israel great again. That's what it's about. All right. So the brother asked me on the comment board, what do I think about Islam coming from Roman Catholicism? Now, there are not a lot of primary sources on that, but there was the brother Alberto. If I was to ask you, if you would ask me his last name right now, I'm drawing a blank, so I may have to get back to y'all and do a whole video on it. But there was the brother Alberto that used to be a Jesuit, right? And he left the Jesuit order and began to reveal the secrets of the Jesuit order. And he wrote a lot of books and periodicals and stuff like that. And he came out with a book, or it was actually in the form of a comic book, believe it or not. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, drop it in the chat. I'll have to probably get with y'all back on this whole thing and show y'all the sources I'm talking about. But I'm winging it off the top of my head. He wrote a periodical in the form of a cartoon through Chick Publications. As a matter of fact, that comic book is still available on Chick Publications. And I hate giving self-promotion to the, because Chick Publications is run by white men who are Christians who hate Israelites. There are some of the Christian apologists that hate us. But that publication is actually printed through them. Excuse me. Hey, that's why I'm drinking this. Ginger in here breaks up that phlegm from the cold. Anyway, so Alberto used to be a Jesuit, and he wrote in the form of a comic book. He basically gave the history of how the Roman Catholic Church was the ones that created Islam. They created that thing, according to what he did in that video. There aren't a lot of primary sources to that, so I believe it. If you're asking me my opinion, I believe it, but I don't have the primaries to actually prove it. Maybe some of you do. Maybe Divine Prospect, he might not still be here, but if he is, maybe he has some primaries he could share with me to actually substantiate it with primary sources. But the similarities are undeniable. You know what I'm saying? You see the Catholics with the rosary beads, and they be sitting there during with the beads while they're doing prayers and stuff. And you see the Muslims with the same beads. Look at the way the Muslim women dress. Look at the way the Catholic women dress. It's the same. Okay. The Roman Catholic Church believes in an immaculate conception, right? And the Muslims believe in immaculate conception, etc. And some of you Israelites do, but I'm not going to argue that. Y'all can argue that. I don't believe in that. All right. So the similarities are undeniable. So I do believe that Roman Catholicism, in some way or another, did come from the Roman Catholic Church. I do believe that. I don't have the primaries to prove it, but I'm telling you where the story comes from. Alberto was, let me see if somebody gave the name, because I'm not even looking at the chat. Did somebody give maybe the name of the dude that said that? Thank you. 1 second, y'all. Thank you. Shout out to my moderator, Obadiah Yadida. Thank you so much. That's his name. Alberto Rivera. It's in the chat. That's his name. 100%. Look him up. Look him up. That's where that comes from. That's where that comes from. So yeah, look that up. Definitely. He's one of the ones that actually shed a lot of light on that. All right. All right, definitely. Yaakov Hawashai asked me to speak on Zion Lex and him accepting the New Testament. I did already, but I'm not sure if you were here. I did already. So I don't know that Zion completely accepts the New Testament in its current form. I've been speaking to him, and I hope to have him on Maccabeestv soon. He actually committed to coming on. So I'm going to say that I'm the impediment with my schedule. It's not him. So we can ask him those questions together. But I don't know, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know that he accepts the New Testament 100% in the form that we have it. But I believe from listening to what he's been saying that a lot of the stories in the New Testament, the way that they are presented, coincide or correlate with things he's been studying. So he does accept the New Testament. If that makes sense, he does. I don't believe that he believes also that the things that the New Testament speaks of that the Messiah should do also correlates with his beliefs. I don't believe he's come to the point where he accepts Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, however you guys want to pronounce it. I don't believe that he accepts him as being Messiah. I don't believe that he's there yet with that. But I believe that he's come a long way in terms of that understanding. And he also said some very profound things about the scholarship by which our brothers that are Torah-centered or Torah-based try to prove the New Testament is a creation of the Romans. They use a book called True Authorship of the New Testament, which, brothers and sisters, that book is trash. It is trash. Okay. So hopefully we'll have the brother Zion on the channel real soon. All right. Definitely. All right. If y'all friends with him on social media, tell him that y'all want to see him on here. But he's already committed to it. So he and I are gonna work something out. Okay. Debo89 asks, how many days do you work out? I work out 5 days a week. That's me personally. 3 to 4 in the gym and one, you know, combat hand-to-hand training, whatever like that, because that's important too. Wrestling, grappling, etc. But I do 5 days a week. That's my routine. If it's not possible, and you start off with 1 or 2, whatever you can start off with. Everybody's different. Like some people say they work out at home. I can't work out at home. Too many distractions. If I'm home, I'm gonna be lazy 100%. 100%. I showed y'all this before, right? I'll show it to you again. I don't know if the camera can catch it or not. Let me make sure. So I take the workout thing serious, right? So I showed y'all this before, right? Let me see if y'all can see that. Let me see. You see? Go nice and slow, right? Y'all see that right there? That's Barbara. I told y'all about her before. That's my other wife. That's Barbara right there, right? So, whoops. Yeah, that's Barbara. That's my other wife, right? She moved in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, try not to get up, y'all. I'm being lazy. But y'all see, y'all get the gist, right? So I train at home when I can. But even having this in the house, I still be lazy sometimes, right? And so I go to the gym, because I know when I go there, I want to leave. So I know I'm gonna knock, excuse me, I'm gonna knock it out in a half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour at the most. I'm gonna knock it out. I'll be out. If I'm working at home, I might do 2 sets, and then I'm watching something on TV, or I'm watching something. I sit down. I done cooled off for 20 minutes, and I go try to get back at it again. And this workout lasts mad long, and I still feel like I didn't do nothing. That's just me. I'm more focused when I'm in the gym. Also, I see other people doing different exercises, so that kind of inspires me as well. I also said in one of my videos, I move around. I joined a gym chain. That's my advice to y'all too. I joined a gym chain, so because I'm a part of a chain of gyms, I never train in the same gym all the time. You know what I'm saying? I go to different gyms, different energy, different people, different exercises, etc. Another thing I do, y'all gonna laugh since we're on the subject. Now I'm gonna blow y'all minds really. Right? Hold up a second. I'm gonna blow y'all minds really, right? For those of y'all that don't know, I used to have my NASM certification. That's the National Academy of Sports and Medicine. I used to be a personal trainer for a long time. Times have changed. You can't really feed your family with that thing. You know, people could go on the internet and, you know, times have changed, right? So I still have some of my clients that reach out to me to train them. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I don't train anymore, you know. But I used to be a trainer. And I'm going to tell y'all something, right? I was always in, and I still do it now. I'm in the aerobics classes, and I'm not in there for what you think. And people say, oh, you're just in there for lust. No. Now, what I go into the aerobics classes for is because you have to understand something, right? They're going to have you doing exercises that you're not going to do by yourself on your own. As men, when we go to the gym, we're about the vanity. You're going to do shoulders. You're going to do chest. You're going to do biceps. You're going to do triceps. Some of y'all will do legs. Some of y'all will do legs, not everybody, right? And you out. You see what I'm saying? And when I was a personal trainer, I didn't train with the male trainers. I trained with the women trainers. And I never dealt with or touched none of them in any appropriate way, nothing, no. But I trained with the women trainers because the female trainers are going to kick your behind. Why? They're going to have you doing exercises that as a man, you ain't going to do by yourself. You're not. And you're going to realize it about 15 minutes into the, when you train with a female personal trainer, you're going to realize it 15 minutes into the workout, saying to yourself, damn, I need to start doing these. I'm telling you, I need to start doing these. I don't do these by myself because it's boring. You know, you're sitting there doing those certain types of exercises. Y'all know what the women do when they go in the gym. As a man, you're like, you know what I'm saying? So what I would do is to make sure that I did those exercises is that when we was the trainers, we'd all train each other. But I wouldn't let the dudes train me. I don't need you to push me to bench press. I don't need you to push me to do arms. I don't need that. But what she's doing over there, that boring looking stuff, I need to do that. And then I realize when I'm doing it, okay, I need to, you know, I need to do these more. So I used to train with the female trainers, like, oh, let them train me. That's what I did. And I'm telling you, I know how men think. I'm telling you, the female trainers, I know they were beasts. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to realize after a while, like, you need to step it up. I'm telling you. So it's a good way to diversify your workout. And like I said, I was in the spinning classes, them cycling classes. How many of y'all could get on a bicycle and do the cycling classes for an hour straight? And you ain't just sitting down in one position. They got you standing up, you know what I'm saying, moving from side to side, you're doing all types of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is good. It brings your heart rate up. It's good. It's good. As you age, the body goes through atrophy, right? You see children in the park, they're swinging one hand upside down in the monkey bars and stuff like that. As you get older and you become less active because you're more busy, your body starts going through atrophy. You're not using those muscles you were using as children anymore, and you don't realize it until you start working out. You see what I'm saying? And then you're wondering why at 30 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, you got tight lower back muscles or lower back pain. You know why? Because you sit at work for 8 hours, then you drive home and sitting in the car, or you take public transportation. You got to get a seat on a train. When I was in New York, I didn't sit on a train. I stood. Especially if I was sat down all day, I stood. People are tackling each other, guerrilla tackling each other over seats on the train. And I'd be saying to myself, I know you've been sitting all day. Anyway, you've been sitting all day. You sit on a train, you sit in your car, you come home, you sit on the couch, and you lay down and go to bed. And then you're 30-something, 40-something years old, even 50, and you have lower back pain or you have back problems because you don't take care of that part of your body. I know some of the stuff is going right over people's heads. I don't like hearing this stuff. I'm giving y'all real practical advice. When I go to the gym, I'm telling you, and I challenge any of y'all live in New York, come with me. My gun, no. My son will tell you. When I go to the gym, the young dudes be around. When we did the workout in the park, I wonder if I still have those videos in my computer. I'm gonna look for it while I'm talking. When we did those workouts in the park, the kids crowded around us. That's what they do. When I go to the gym, the young dudes be coming around like, I want to do what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So your body goes through atrophy. So you got to kind of work those things out. You got to. So it's good to exercise, man. But you got to do some of the exercises that you don't normally do. That's the key. That's the key, right? Hit everything. All right. Let me see something. Pardon me 1 second, y'all. I don't know if I still have this stuff in my computer, but I used to. And I did a video on it, but I don't ever think I uploaded it. I never got around to uploading it. So let me see. I think it's in one of my external hard drives. It's not on this computer because I got rid of a lot of files on this computer. So it's not, yeah, it's not on here. There's always another day. Let me just scroll down real quick. Is it here? No, that's not it. Yeah. There's always another day. There's always another day. Anyway, I mean, let me see something. I'm gonna end off with this. I showed y'all that. Now I've been having problems until I get a new computer. I can't really play videos for y'all with volume. For some reason, this dinosaur, when I try to play videos that have volume, it doesn't play them. So you won't hear the volume. But just to give you an idea, in this video, I did this video in 2012. I've showed it to y'all before. Showed it to y'all before, but I'm gonna show it to you again. And I think this is it. Yeah. So I did this in 2012, and I'm a lot better at this stuff than I was back then. Let me see. Let me cue it up real quick, and I'll share my screen, and then I'm going to get out of here. There we go. All right. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, I showed y'all this before, but I'll show it to you again. I don't mind before I get out of here. In case I'm motivate one person, and I'm good, and I did my job, right? So this is an old video from 2012 I did. Check it out. Just a little bit of the workout and stuff. That is a lot harder, family, than what it looks like. Because I'm not just doing a dip, but I'm coming out and I'm kicking all the way out, which works my lower body, works my abs, all that stuff, right? You see what I'm saying? And so that's it from another angle, you know? Because it got to a point where just doing regular dips, which, by the way, dips work your triceps, it works your chest. From certain angles, you can work your shoulders, etc. So I got so tired of doing regular exercises, it wasn't really helping me. So now that's just some fancy stuff I used to do back in the days just to play around. I would go upside down and do abs like that, hit my abs while I'm upside down. You know, I haven't done that particular exercise in years, but I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back. I think I can still do it. My form wasn't very good back then with this. It was something new I was trying, and I didn't stick with it. It was kind of, I seen somebody else doing it, so I said, I'm gonna try it. And I tried it, and I was able to do it, but I didn't stick with it. But I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back one of these days, right? And again, this stuff is just to motivate y'all. So, like I said, when I go to the gym and the young dudes is in there, they'll come up, seeing me doing this stuff like that and be like, yo, I want to do what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? And they're half my age. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about as Israelites. Now, this is me doing pull-ups upside down too, right? But I have to watch the lights because there's a lighting fixture right above my head. Y'all can see where my feet are. There's a lighting fixture there. And the reason why you might say, well, why would you do pull-ups like that? Because that's working a whole bunch of other body parts than just my abs. It's working my core, than just on my back. It's working my core, my abs, everything. We do dips with weights, And we do them relatively easy. I used to be able to do three 45 plates with dips easy. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm down to 2 because I don't do them much anymore. And one of the reasons I don't do them much anymore because it takes away from my bench press, right? So that's one of the reasons why I don't do that anymore. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I appreciate y'all. I've been going way longer than I wanted to go today. So I think that's just about going to do it for your brother. Yeah. Let me see something. Let me just check the comments real quick. And I'm about to be out. Dang, this shit takes forever to refresh. Hey, Aria, man, thank you. As I said, thank you again, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, Claude. Brother Claude. Hey, Malika, that's my brother from another mother, man. That's my brother from another mother. Claude went to school with my sister. He went to school with my sister, man. So that's my guy right there. That's a good brother. And I got to get Claude on Maccabeestv as well. Claude is a very, very well-spoken brother. I know y'all going to love him if I bring him up on the channel, man. So I'm definitely going to bring him up on the channel real soon. Hey, family. As you sow, so shall you reap. You asked me, what do I mean? Dips take away from my bench press. In my personal case, I don't mean in general. In my personal case, so last year we were doing we were getting ready to have the competition between AOC and Lions of Israel, a workout challenge. I don't know if y'all remember that. Maybe y'all do, maybe y'all don't. And so I stopped doing bench press as much, and I was more so focusing on my dips and my push-ups, try to see it try to get it up to get as many as I can. You know what I'm saying? Also doing them with weights, et cetera, et cetera. So instead of me doing like the weighted dips like once a week, I would do that stuff maybe like 3 times a week. And I would bench press once. And so what was happening, and I'm not saying it was the right way to do it, but what happened was after a while, my normal bench press, I was struggling with it. You see what I'm saying? Because I was taking so much of my energy from doing the weighted dips and so many push-ups for that competition, it kind of messed up my bench press. I like things to be balanced. So I'm good with two plates. When I'm doing weighted dips, I do 2 plates. Like I said, I used to do 3, but I do 2 because who am I trying to impress? Like I don't need to do three plates. What am I doing that for? So I feel like as long as I could do 2, That's more than the average person, and it doesn't affect my bench press, so I'm good with that. But when I'm trying to go up to 3 and all this crazy stuff for a competition mess me up as far as my personal workout goes. That's what I meant by that. I hope that answers your question. Right, my man said NIGA, need Israel great again. All praises. That's right. That's right. Oh yeah, okay, Malika. Sisters of the Maccabees, I have Claude's personal number, so we can get Claude on the phone and talk to his wife about her ailment, whatever it is, and get that situated. So, like I said, this is what we do. People say, what do Israelites do? I done gave y'all what, 2 hours of what we do. So the next time if somebody asks y'all what we do, and what I do is what we do, family. What I do is not what I do. What I do is what we do. What Maccabees Alliance do is what we do as Israel. Because I'm no different than y'all. I'm a humble servant. That's it. That being said, love y'all, family. It's about 7 o'clock almost, man. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my evening. I got to do my little 3 o'clock drive to work tomorrow morning as usual. What can I say? If I feel like it, I'll do a drive to work show, maybe not. I don't know. I think I done talked about everything else today. Ain't nothing else to talk about. All right, so I'll see y'all real soon. I appreciate y'all, family. Most High bless. On your way out, if you didn't do it already, please hit the like button. Send the video up. Send your video. Right. As you sow, so shall you reap. Right, exactly. Excuse me. Hit the like button on your way out so people can see the video was uploaded. And that's it. I hope to see some of you brothers and sisters at Passover, wherever you're celebrating or observing Passover, or whether you already observed it, whatever the situation is. Just remember the meaning of it, as I said earlier. And I'll see some of y'all in New York on the 18th. I'll see some of you brothers and sisters in Cleveland on the 19th. And also, I'd be remiss if I did not also mention that there's another summit coming up. Let me just bring that screen up real quick. And that's going to be the last thing I'm going to show y'all. If you're not familiar with this, there's another summit coming up real soon. One in Atlanta was off the chain. It was beautiful. Beautiful. That's all I can say. It was beautiful. And I think this will be the same. So if you didn't make it to Atlanta, you have time now. If you have a little time off from your work for the weekend and you could travel, you can come to the other summit. This summit is in Chicago. All right. I'm trying to find give myself like a minute to find it. If I don't find it, it's not meant for me to find it. And I'm not going to stay here all day. Do it this way. Mobile upload. Let's try that. I'll have the flyer for y'all next time. Next time I go live, I'll have the flyer for y'all. All right. But the next Israelite Summit, Masharah Summit, is going to be in Chicago. I believe it starts July the 11th, the weekend of July the 11th, I believe it is. So if you're in the Midwest area and you can make it, come on out. I think y'all will enjoy it. Definitely. The brotherhood, the sisterhood, you'll enjoy it. I'm not committing to coming or not. I went to the last one. I'm not committing to coming or not. I'd like to come, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a possibility or not. Most I will. We'll see. All right, family. So I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Most I bless y'all. Subscribe to Maccabeestv. Hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And that's it. Be safe, family out there. Shalom.